Hey there. My name is Mbongshu, and I'm bringing you an involved parenting conversation. This time around, we are talking on holiday and holiday readiness. Most of you are already getting the gist of it. It's school holidays, and I know that you have the children at home with you. And I know that many of you watching this now have probably heard, "Mommy, I'm bored. Daddy, I don't know what to do. Daddy, what must I do now? Daddy, I'm hungry just after they've eaten." Yeah, it's normal, isn't it? Our children today are not the same. They're not like us. So we have to actually be ready to make sure that we keep them occupied during the holiday season. And for each holiday, you can have the same plan worked out. What you do is a week before holiday, you start preparing yourself. You prepare the environment for your children. You prepare the caretakers for your children. If it's not you, you prepare the feedback from your children. So this is what we do to make it exciting in our house. The last day of school, we have dinner. We celebrate results. It doesn't matter how many people failed. We talk about the results and we tell them how to improve it. The first 2 days of the week, husband and I go to work, but we make sure that the children have enough rest, enough free time, and enough free play. So they have fun, they do whatever they want to do. On the third day, we start correction. They start to study, but they make up their own schedule of the subjects that they felt like they were weak at and the subjects that they would like to improve on. No pressure from us at all. We make sure they do it. Whether we check it or not, we make sure we discuss it. Because remember, with children, you need to set in a routine. So you need to talk and you need to appreciate. They can do twice a week. They can do 3 times a week. It depends on how long the holiday is. Don't overwork them. Don't put them on a tight time frame. Some of you have relatives that you send children to. We don't have anyone else that we send our children to, so they are home. Once a week, we take a child to work. They go to work, they get naughty or they help. In my case particularly, the older children, 10 and above, they get projects and they work on those projects. So they get given work. It can be just a topic on how to research it and compile it and send it to us. We do that, keeping them busy. And when I have conferences or events, I take them to the conference or the event. Just making sure they are busy, but also making sure they know where the money that we pay for their school fees, the money that they eat, comes from. Not everyone is privileged like me to take the children around, or like my husband to take the children around. So if you are not privileged, make sure you empower your helper, your babysitters, and those around you on how to keep your children busy. You've noticed I haven't talked about television. I haven't talked about mobile phones. In our house also, the first few days, they have the freedom. We don't have television. We're very lucky. Yes, we are lucky. But they do have mobile phones. They do have books. So we make sure that their screen time and their book times are limited. Yes, my children can overindulge in books as well. So we make sure they have limited time with their books. It could be an hour, it could be 2 hours, depending on the age. But a lot of emphasis is put on playtime, on outdoor playtime. So we have a routine for outdoor playtime. We've been using that for the past 5 years. It hasn't changed and it's not going to change. Our 13-year-old is very bored with that routine, but he's got to do it. He's got to climb trees, he's got to be on the jungle gym, he's got to be at the fireside, he's got to be in the trampoline. We still force them to go out and do this. And Habi and I are not there, so we empower our helper to make sure that they do that. Sometimes they help the gardener, that is completely voluntary. Sometimes they help the helper, also completely voluntary, because their rooms compulsory they have to take care of, school time or no school time. They've got home chores, school time or no school time, those chores have to be done. But it's also very important that as much as you and the children are enjoying your holiday, you remember that schools are coming up again. So do not allow your children to overstay awake. You can add 2 hours, but 1 week before school's holidays, start cutting down. Each day you cut down on a 30 minutes of their sleep time until you get back to the routine sleep time. School holidays can be very boring for children, but very agonizing for parents, because we would like our homes to be better than we love them every day we leave for work. These children would want themselves to be more occupied than they have been occupied by school. And then bad behavior and disrespect set in. And I'm not talking in this case for the children. I'm actually talking bad behavior and disrespect from the parents as perceived by the children. How do we show out bad behavior? We come back, we get extremely irritated because we feel like these children have been home all day, nothing has been done. And how do we show misbehavior? Misbehavior is we start throwing words at them. We start telling them how hard we work, how much they stay home, and they just consume. So please, parents, be conscious of yourself, especially the parents of older children. Be conscious of yourself, be conscious of the things you do. Just know that your child is on holiday, and holiday is resting time. So whatever you are doing, make sure you're giving them enough time to unwind, because during school times, whether they performed well or they didn't perform well, they had been very busy, waking up on time, eating on time, playing on time, studying on time, going to bed on time. Even their dreams, we had control over how they dream, because they wouldn't dream when they are awake. They had to only dream when they're sleeping. So we really, really have to be conscious of this. And then also the bad behavior, we take it to the workplace. Here we go back to the workplace, and it's all about how the children behave now and things like that. So yes, parents, it gets worse over the holiday, and employers should also notice that there's usually a change in patterns, how people come to work. They either come more late or they get absent a lot more than they do during school time. And in my book, Stop Complaining and Bring Back Involved Parenting, I actually shame parents for this, because I tell them that it's extremely important that they actually take these times off during school time so they can go support their children, rather than take it during holidays so they can do things for leisure for themselves. And most often we lie that we do it in the name of the children. It's really not in the name of the children. It's for our own pleasure. So if you've been listening to this, all I'm struggling to say is holiday time is a time for bad behavior from the children, from the parents. But unless we are conscious, we are going to fall in that trap of bad behaviors. Take the time to appreciate your teachers. Take the time to appreciate your caregivers. And also to understand that it's a difficult time for our helpers, the domestic workers. They have to be there for these children when you're not there. So it's also very emotional for them. Mind the way you approach them, mind the way you talk to them, mind the way you talk to yourself. Have more quiet times talking to yourself about your children. Have better times rethinking and thinking, rescheduling. We must have fanta, and actually plan for the next term. Plan for the next term. That is all I have to tell you during this conversation. But I'll add by saying, if you need more, you can book my services. Remember, I'm a family coach, so I can talk more on this. But also, I can come talk at events, at schools, at activities, everywhere that you want me to. I'm reachable at Mbongshu on social media. You can get me on 011-440-7501. I've got a website, Mbongshu, Mbongshu. And also, you can order my books. How's that? Anyway, before you do that, please do this for me. Subscribe to CTVSA on YouTube so that you can get more of such videos. As you can tell, I'm tired. I'm just thinking of holidays, and I'm thinking, oh, what next? But I can't wait for holidays to get over so I can go back to work and they can go back to school. Thank you so much.